Hello everyone, and welcome back to Technically Unsure, where I'm not really sure what I'm doing technically.
Let's go!
Today, we are going to take a look at something so cool that it might actually overcompensate for lack of certainty in my videos.
Overcompensating.
This time, we are going to look at the Minisforum BD790i X3D motherboard, which also does have, AMD's fire-breathing Ryzen 9 7945 X3D CPU soldered on it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Of course, I am talking about this. Inside this magical box, basically, we are going to get a mini-ITX motherboard with a processor that is already soldered on, and it comes with 16 cores, 32 threads, and 3D V cache, and the whole shebang. And it's gonna come with a giant cooler. I saw the photos, it's a giant cooler. It needs to keep that 100-watt CPU chilled. So there's also VRM and other stuff. It keeps everything cool. Also, there are two DDR5 SODIMM slots, a PCIe 5x16 slot, which you can put your best GPU in there and it will work perfectly. And there are a couple M.2 NVMe slots, and both are PCIe 5. So if you have one of those super ultra fast PCIe 5 NVMe SSDs, it also comes with a fan for those. You might say, why there is fan for NVMe SSD? Because those speedy drives really run hot. And so that's why there's fan for that. And let me take it out. I keep talking about it. I just want to show you guys what's in there. Recently, whatever I'm checking and testing and buying from Minisforum been really nice. The last motherboard that I showed you guys, and actually I think like second video I ever did on YouTube was a Minisforum device. So they're doing great. Oh my goodness. When I said 80%, I wasn't kidding. I'm serious. Look at this. Wow, it's beautiful. Now tell me that's not 80%. So yeah, it's tiny, it's small. Let me grab my ruler. So yep, 17 by 17. It's not even 17 on the side. Yeah, it's not. But anyway, it is basically a mini-ITX, okay, motherboard. And as you can tell, it's small, but I'm gonna show you also, it is mighty, okay? This bad boy is $599. So some might say, why, what is the downside? The only downside that I can think of is that the CPU is soldered onto this, but I don't think that's a downside. I think that's also nice. You just get a motherboard and CPU combo with a cooler already installed, fan, everything already installed. You just need to connect the power, put the RAM, use some GPU if you want to. By the way, it comes with AMD Radeon 610 GPU from the CPU itself, and that's also mighty. But if you want more, obviously, you got a PCIe X5 slot right over here. And in terms of I/O, you don't get a lot of it, but it is more than enough. So basically, you are getting HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4. This one is C, and these one are USB 3.2 Gen 1. So these ones are Gen 1. This C one is Gen 2, and it supports triple display. They were saying. And what I like is also the Ethernet, which is 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. And there is Wi-Fi built in, and the Wi-Fi is 6E. And Bluetooth is also supported, and Bluetooth is 5.3. And you get the audio as well. There is another connector here you need to connect for that mighty CPU. Power connector over here. Extra CPU fan if you need it. I don't think you need it. This should be more than enough. And Wi-Fi, I see the Wi-Fi card right over there. I'm gonna grab some SODIMM RAM. And the NVMe SSDs are underneath this. So the fan I was talking about, that NVMe SSDs come with a fan. Basically, as you can see here, you are going to install the NVMe SSD right under here and put the fan on top of it to keep it cool. Honestly, I ordered a bunch of Samsung very recently released super fast PCIe Gen 5, but I don't know where it is. these days, whatever I'm ordering, it takes forever. Customs, I think, the tariff stuff, I don't know. It just takes forever. So I'm waiting, but I'm not gonna postpone this video. So I am going to use it with some NVMe SSD that I have. It's not gonna be NVMe SSD that's you know, deserving this motherboard. It's just going to be a Gen 4 one. It's going to be 990. Okay, what else is in the box? So there is the IO shield. Okay. Oh my goodness, is that the antenna? What is this? That is mighty. Okay, and I think it's magnetic. Yep, it is. So this is magnetic. You can put it over your case and it will, you know, help. It will help with the faster Wi-Fi speeds, and these two goes over there obviously. And what else is in the box? You get the brackets if you want to replace the cooler, bunch of screws, which is nice, and more screws. Okay, so I'm gonna leave everything in there. I'm not gonna use any of those for now. I don't need it. And also you get the manual stuff, which I'm not gonna read it. That's just typical me. All right, yeah, I don't think I need any of that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, yep, there's nothing else. So what I'm gonna do is, I am basically going to use this box and gonna put the motherboard on top of this and grab a bunch of NVMe SSDs and grab some DDR5 RAM. I just want to show you this part. So you see that the rest gonna be in the fast forward. So where is that? Okay, I guess just the two screws, right? Yeah. Okay, do I have to take it all the way up? Looks like it. Yep, all the way. All right, alrighty. There you go. Oops. Okay, so I am going to put those screws in there. Yeah, you peel this and put two NVMe SSDs right over there. So I don't think I'm gonna remove this because I'm afraid of trying it. Fine. All right, I will remove it. So I will put two NVMe SSDs for two operating systems, and then we are going to take it for a spin. Give me a couple of minutes. Let me set things up. All right, so we are back, and I put two DDR5 5600 RAM in there, plugged the Ethernet and the mouse and keyboard, and let's see if we see any explosions. Nope, we don't. All right, so we are, looks like we're booting. Okay, there you go. Awesome. Okay, so this is the wow, the build date on that BIOS. It's so recent. And by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, this is going to be released end of March. Okay, just so you know. And let's walk through these options, shall we? So in the advanced, we got a TPM device already in there. Okay, and you know, I'm just going to walk through so you can take a look at it, all the options. In the security, typical stuff. In the boot, basically boot options. And in advanced, we have CPU configuration, and these are all default. I'm not changing anything. Onboard devices. There is resize bar support, which is enabled, and above 4G decoding, which is enabled, and SRIOV, which is not enabled. But if you enable this, you know, if you install Proxmox, it might come handy, but yeah. Hardware monitor, let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's cool. And okay, so this here is a little bit hot, but at least the system, the CPU hopefully is not that hot. We'll see. So it says CPU is 73. It's going up, but this is getting hot too. All right, and I think I need to put a fan on this heatsink. That's why. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you quickly what we got here, and yeah, fan speeds and all that stuff. And what else is in there? Network stack, AMD PBS. So you basically have bifurcation options here for this PCIe Gen 5, okay? And CBS is there also. Common options, hold on, common options over here. C states are here. NBI IO MMU is also enabled. NBIO, FCH, power loss, and that's it. What else is in there? AMD overclocking, okay. So there is some DDR timing options that you can change. I'm not touching that. Precision over boost overdrive. You probably, you know, you want to play around, disable it. And voltage control, SoC Encore OC mode. Yeah, so all these settings are, this is standard. I've seen it almost on every device from Minisforum. All right, we have all that stuff in here. I am just going to set the boot device to, Windows is fine. Yeah, we're gonna do Windows. And yeah, let me get into Windows and set things up. We will take it from there. I am very, very impressed. And if you're ready to be impressed, get ready and let me show you and walk you through the results. So as you can see, this is the crystal disk. As I said, that's the SSD. And the numbers you're seeing basically is the limitation of my NVMe SSD, not the slot, just so you know. And these are all the tests in the pass mark, okay? So we are here in 99 percentile, and this is the 61,000 in CPU mark, 2D, 3D, memory, disk mark, okay? I just wanted to show you everything. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the CPU mark, and this is the score for all the tests that you see on the screen. This is the 2D mark, this is the 3D mark, and memory mark. We are doing great here. And look at this one, 3D mark score, we are getting 12,275. Very, very impressive. And in Cinebench 2024, we are getting 1847, which is basically a lot faster than a 20-core Apple M1 Ultra, or you see the other ones that are in comparison here, okay? A Ryzen Threadripper 2990 is here, okay? So we are here. Very impressive. And all that for, like, you see that 20 watts. When I'm in Windows 11, I'm doing nothing really, going back and forth between a couple of applications. I'm getting like 21, 22 watts. Sometimes it goes up, but it's really 20 watts when you are idling in Windows. Very impressive, okay? And the other thing I wanted to show you is this one. And this is the IDA score, but you see where we are. We're very close to the desktop version of the CPU, but not the 3D. Anyway, and you guys seem to really love CPU ID. So I'm just going to show you CPU ID as well. Here is the screen for the CPU. Here is the motherboard, okay? Here is the memory. It's exactly 26 times 2, 52. And here is the memory SODIMM slots and everything, okay? Now, graphics is exactly as I said, Radeon 610. And if we do a benchmark, keep an eye on the on this one, okay? I'm actually also going to close other windows, not to, it's not gonna slow down, but just in case, I'm just gonna close those as well. And you saw the scores. All right, so let's run a test. Okay, I had to redo the test because it complained about the version, and I'm redoing that. 13,500 in the latest version. So I just updated the version because I couldn't submit the score. So this is what you're seeing with the latest version, 13,547. Now let's submit this and let's check the score, and you see everything in there, and you saw that again, it went up to 133. And as you can see, we are a lot faster than an i7 13700K or KF or KS, all variants. Okay, even i9 900 KS, we are much, much faster. And look at the power consumption, that's nothing, okay? So this is very, very impressive. Now, what I want to try is, actually, I honestly did not try, but I kind of know, I think it's gonna work well. What I'm gonna do is I am going to try a bunch of apps. That's why intentionally I didn't put any GPU, because first you're buying this, right? So if I put this GPU and I get certain number of FPS, that doesn't mean, this board is doing it. It's this, right? I don't want to do that. I want to show you, if you don't even use any GPU, what you are going to get in terms of, FPS and performance and power consumption, all that stuff, okay? So let's fast forward till I open up the game. All right, so we are in the game. I am going to go to settings when in the video. You will see the resolution at 640 by 480. That's, let's go a little bit higher, I guess. Let's go with this, 2048 by 1536, okay? And what else is in there? So the resolution is there, and the motion blur, accessibility advanced. Okay, so this is, it was in ultra because I was playing on my other computer. Let's go with high. Let's go with high. Okay, overall quality, I set everything to high, and let's apply the changes, and let's try now. Let's go one resolution smaller, and 1600 by 1200. Okay, that's still respectable resolution. Okay, and we are getting 26 FPS. Okay, 21, 22, 26 FPS. I mean, it's kind of playable, but again, remember, I'm in the high preset. Okay, so we in the high preset, that's what you are going to get, and you're getting like 20 FPS. No GPU, Doom Eternal. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, so we are in the game. I am trying the Batman Arkham Knights. Okay, and yeah, let me try this. So we are in the Riddler's cave, one of them. So here we are getting 27 FPS. Okay, and you see the GPU and the CPU usage, and the power consumption is 75 watts. Okay, and in terms of resolution, it doesn't look great, but let me see what we are getting here. So yeah, it's in the 1600 by 900, and everything is in low, but it's running it with no GPU. So you understand the performance. Okay, it's not horrible, but yeah, you see the motion blur, you see it's not really awesome. It's, you know, it's not great as well. So yeah, but it is playable. Honestly, you can definitely play this, and if you know how to solve this Riddler's puzzle, let me know. It seems like I just gave up here somehow. But anyway, yeah, this is I just wanted to show you. Okay, 27 FPS, 28.7, 28 FPS. All right, so what are we getting in the CPU? Yeah, here you go. So yeah, 43, 45. Yeah, it's fine. It's doing fine. You're gonna need this fan. I don't think it's gonna do well without the fan. I would suggest putting a fan in there, but without it, I don't think really you can. But yeah, I just want to also very quickly jump into Ubuntu, and I have to also show you that Linux works. You guys are power users, so Windows gaming, you saw the performance, you saw the benchmarks. I want to show you a little bit of Ubuntu as well, and maybe after that we try something else. All right, give me a couple of minutes. All right, so we are in, and we are in Ubuntu now, Ubuntu 24, and as you can see, this is the NeoFetch, and I went ahead and I did the iPerf 3 test. As you can see, it's truly 2.5 gigabit, and I also went ahead and did the echo performance to the CPU scaling governor, and here, look at that number. 1.5 million BOGOPs in 30 seconds. So BOGOPs per second is almost 51,000. That's crazy. And when I was running this test, again, CPU power consumption went up to like 128, let's call it 130. So 130 watts, and that's the performance you're getting, okay? And now I'm going to do something else. I am going to we are going to run some LLM models on this bad boy. I think this is 19. Yeah, I think we should be able to try this. Let me try this. Let me run this verbose. We are already there. So I'm going to run the same thing, write a C++ function thing. Okay, let's run this and let's see. Okay. All right. That's nice. That's very, very nice. I'm gonna say that looks like 2-3 tokens a second-ish, performance. But let's wait for this to finish, and then we take a look at the performance. And you see now we are at 126 watt. So we are basically capping the power consumption. Okay, so 126 watts. DeepSeek R132B, it can run on this with, I think, like 2-3 tokens per second, use 120 watts, okay? No GPU, no GPU, just the CPU, okay? Okay, so we are back. As you can see, it took that prompt 2 minutes and 25 seconds to load and respond, and basically we are getting 2.9. So basically I was kind of correct. So 3, let's call it 3 tokens a second, okay? So you will get the performance out of this beast for 120 watts. So that's awesome. If you run you know, smaller on a list, I'm sure it's gonna just fly. So let's go with I guess this one, Llama 3.1. This is like I can run this even on N100 ones. So will Llama run this verbose? Okay.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Very important question. Okay, there you go. Okay, 125 watts, same wattage. And you see for Llama 3.1, obviously, it's just flying. That's 10 times faster. So it's gonna be probably 20, 30 tokens per second-ish. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I was way off. So it's 11 tokens per second, or 11.7, call it 12 tokens a second. So yeah, that's what you're going to get in with the Llama 3.1. So yeah, you can run a lot of models on this with no GPU and get a usable, you know, wait time. I mean, it's not it wasn't slow when I ran the R1. You know, I ran the 32B. So let me try this one. Okay, so it took a while just to load. Now I'm going to ask the same question I asked the DeepSeek R1 32B. Now this is Llama 3.1 70B. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, that's yep, that's probably 1 token a second or so. But you see, it started writing the code right away. So let's see overall how long it takes to just, I asked the function and I'm gonna get the function, and then let's see how long it would take. And you see 127 watts. So capping the CPU, and you can see the CPU usage and temperatures over there. It's actually 50% of the CPU, whatever reason, but yeah, that's the per CPU usage. Yeah, so let's wait for this to finish. Okay, so this one is 1.3. I was kind of right. So 1.3 tokens a second, and I'm gonna round this one up to down. So 1 token a second or so. Okay, so but it ran 70B model as well. Okay, so we are back, and I placed the GPU in this device, and you can see the power consumption went up a little bit because of the GPU. I mean the idle one, like 46 watts. And as you can see on the screen, I switched to Proxmox, and that's my IP, 172.16.1.4. There you go, 172.16.1.4. And here you can see the 32 threads AMD Ryzen 9 7945H X3D. Everything is working perfectly, okay? And now I just want to show you a couple of things so you can understand the power of this. You see the Ubuntu container is not running, so I'm gonna just start it now. Okay. You saw that? No fast forwarding. That was real time. 3 seconds. Okay. So I am going to log in, and I entered the wrong password, I think. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And you see everything is working out of box. Okay. Same thing for the Debian one. Okay. Now look, it's real time. No fast forwarding. Okay. 1, 2, okay, 2 seconds. Okay, so that's like 2 seconds to boot the Debian container or Ubuntu container. Okay, now I want to show you a pass-through for GPU for this one. Okay, so I'm going to go and add a PCIe device and a raw device, and I am, yep, this is it, 4070. Okay, so all functions, I'm just passing it to the guest OS, and let's boot it up. Let's see how it goes. Of course it works. Okay, so yep, there you go. We are in, and you can see the RTX inside this Windows 11 guest. And if we go to Device Manager, you are going to see the 4070 in there. And hardware monitor finally loaded after ages. And you will see the RTX 4070 right here. Cool as cucumber, okay? Now I'm gonna close everything and even put it in under some load. So here it is at 60 watts, and I'm gonna start the GPU, and probably the fan's gonna start. And we're gonna start testing the GPU 4070 from inside our Windows 11 guest. So still no fans, but I'm sure it's gonna come up. Yep, we went up to 228 watts, yeah. So 229, 222, and yep. So this is working perfectly, and you can see the score half. There you go, fans started. So we are getting 19,519, and it keeps going. Okay. I just want to introduce you guys to this powerful motherboard from Minisforum. And they just keep impressing me as always. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. And please let me know if you have any questions down below. And thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.